Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and perhaps even good evening. Thank you so much for dropping by and joining me for another super exciting, special, potentially final kind of episode of Myst Through the Ages. Very, very good to see you all, Mr. Sebastian. I just made that special command for you because, you seem to like using it. So I thought, special for you, and maybe it'll change once every week. Now you want shepherd's pie, Brian. One of those things. I don't know why that popped into my head, but yeah, let's all have shepherd's pie. That's a good idea. And a pint of local bitter. Like $24.99 is a little bit much for that, but one of those things. I don't quite remember where the pound sign was, because otherwise I would have put that on the keyboard. One of those things. Miss Julia is also here, and there's also the Art of Art. Welcome. I believe you're a first-time viewer, at least on the streams. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. Very good to see you. Nancy's Art is here. Very good to see you. And was there anyone else? There's the Web Soul. He's lurking. He's not even listening, but that's totally fine. Wonderful to see you. I'll wave at you just in case you're not listening. That's totally cool. And that is everyone I can see in the chat. Wonderful to see you. So the plan today is to play Myst, and we only have one more age to go. And we're going to go and start with that momentarily. Perhaps we're going to do a bit of Talos Principle afterwards, because Julia and I are stuck on some devilishly, fiendishly difficult puzzles. So we'll see. But before that, I have a little bit of slightly disturbing news that I wanted to tell you. I did actually try to make a bike video about that on Thursday. Sadly, the audio that was recorded was only in my trouser pocket, so it's not really something you can really listen to. But I've elaborated on that, and it didn't quite work out, so I thought I'd do it here. So on Thursday, we went back to the dentist, because that's where we are now, twice a week, because that's just 2023. That's just how it goes. And I had a crown put on my bottom tooth here. And so the temporary was replaced with the real one, which was good. And then they took a mold and gave me temporary up here, which is now going to be replaced in 2 weeks' time. So that's the reason why we went. That's why I wanted to make a bike video. But the thing is, our landlady said we need to move. And I know I've talked to you about this before, but about 2 years ago or so, we could swing another deal by paying a little bit more rent to let us stay here. That was really nice for us. But I think now she's adamant of the fact that we really need to leave. And that is a bit of a problem, because we don't really know where to. So we could either move into the immediate neighborhood here in Miami Beach and stay where we are, but that's very expensive, because in the 10 years that we've lived here, the rents have gone through the roof, and they're now basically a few yards above the roof, hovering there and going higher every minute. So do we want to do that, yes or no? Then the other option is we could move further into Florida to save a little bit of cash, but the money we'd be saving, we'd have to invest into getting a car, and that would then be not much saving at all. It is fairly expensive to live here. That's a possibility, though. Another option would be to move somewhere else in the relative local neighborhood. So I was thinking, Brian, we could, move together. Let's just share a large house, make a creative community. Could move to New Jersey. We could move to Georgia. We've got friends in Georgia. We could move to Texas. We've got friends in Texas. So that does suck, doesn't it? So there's so many options. Or we could go and move even further away, Pacific Northwest, the Guru House. Wouldn't that be cool? Brian, let's do it. Let's think outside the box here. That'd be really cool. We get something larger. We get like a 5-bedroom house or something, split the rent. It's going to be great. Maybe even, rent out office space or creative collaboration space. Imagine we could get a studio, stuff like that. It'd be really, really good. So yeah, it's all these possibilities are on the cards. Or we could move, in fact, Pacific Northwest, that's like a total the opposite end of where we are now, and further up north, because I've got a job, which is really nice. I've got a job as a VFX artist with a company in Washington. And that is part-time, and it would, since they're based where they are based, which is Battleground, Washington, we could move there, but that's so far away and it's so cold. It's like, so many options. We could even go back to Europe. Julia's got family in the UK. I've got family in Germany. We could move back there, but buffer zone to Putin, you want to keep that to a minimum. But that's what I was thinking, Brian. You are expanding all the time. You're running out of room. We need to have a dedicated 3D printer room in that house. So, Utah near Daz in Art of Art, that's another possibility. I know from Josh Darling, he used to live in Utah when he was working for Daz, and he said he could walk everywhere. So Utah, Salt Lake City especially, is a little bit pricey though as well. So it's one of those things. Or welcome to the Netherlands. That would be another great idea. Let's just go move to Holland. You know, why not Amsterdam, close to Amsterdam, you know, in close proximity to the Blender Institute. Wouldn't that be cool? Man. So that's what's going on for us. And we only received that news last Sunday, literally after the stream. And we're thinking, oh, so we had about a week to think about it. And it's, yeah, it's one of those things. I do love the cheese. I do love the cheese. So, you know, and coffee. The Dutch are very good in regards to coffee. I mean, Douwe Egberts isn't the only thing you can get in the Netherlands in regards to coffee. Spin the bottle. We gotta make sure you have all the possibilities on there first. So, yeah, one of those things. I will keep you posted on where we're gonna go, what we want to do, because it's just there's no easy answer to that. It's a bit like, you know, doing things in 3D. You've got like 11 ways of doing the same thing, and you think, which way am I gonna go? So, yeah, any input on that? Where would you move if you were in our situation? What would you do? Is it going to be Washington? Is it going to be closer here in the neighborhood, Florida or Miami Beach neighborhood? Or would it be move together with Brian? That'd be great. Have a look at houses, Brian, just for, you know, or large-ish type properties in New Jersey. Maybe that's a good idea once the air quality gets better. Europe, Sebastian says Europe. Europe, you know, is the biggest thing to move, but it's also the most inconvenient because it's you know, the war with the Ukraine, cost of living and energy prices and stuff, you know, one of those things. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Good point, Julia. So this is another thing. Maybe I'm gonna go. Let me just go and load this in so we have a little bit of background music, and then I'll tell you the Czech story. That's something that's still being, you know, looked at. Come on. I did actually get the copyright strike for the ship music, you know. Somebody had the same thing in there. There we go. Had the same this same sound in their song or whatever, and I got copyright striked for that. Sent YouTube a little message about that. So yes, the Czech story. Let me tell you about the Czech story. Very interesting. So to pay our rent, we send our landlady a check every month, like, you know, towards the end of the month, so that it's there for, you know, in time. And that's the only thing we do by check. We do this by check, literally fill out a piece of paper, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, put it in a mailbox, hope it arrives, she goes and cashes it in. That's how it works. So bizarrely, we've hardly ever had a check get lost in the mail. I mean, it did happen once or twice in the 10 years that we've been here, but you know, this last month it happened, and, you know, check was gone. She told us about it. We go, wait until Monday. It was kind of Memorial Day weekend. Maybe, you know, wait until Monday. If it's not arrived, let us know. We'll send her another one out. We did that. Check arrived. She cashed in. It's all good. So Julia checks our account. Somebody's debited with the previous check. Totally different name, totally different amount, but it was still our check. And the signature looked almost-ish like Julia's. Debited $3,000 off our account by cashing in that check. And we're like, oh, what's happened there? So it's so much for mail fraud. We're still debating, how did this person get a hold of the check in the first place? I mean, what do? You stake out a mailbox and grab the unopened letter out before the postman can collect it? Do you hammer into our landlady's mailbox, like, yeah, her letterbox, and open it up and grab that and just tear out the check? Then you go and Photoshop it with your own name on it so that that $3,000 ends up in your account. Aren't you the first person people would come after? It's bizarre. I mean, who comes up with these ideas? So we have all kinds of questions. So, you know, how did this happen? And now it's up to the bank to basically reimburse us for that, because what the hell, really? Yeah, so much for identity theft. It's very interesting, yes. It's true. Websol, no, this is how it works in the US, you know? This is how it works in the US. You know, that could be Art of Art. Post office does hire criminals at times. That's a possibility. But I mean, really, would you be stupid enough to give away your name and your account details in which the money lands in? I mean, this is crazy. Wouldn't you put this into an offshore account or something like that? It's crazy. It's so bad. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Crazy stuff. I think actually this is the age in which we need to go to. I think we've done everything else. Let me just have a quick look, just so that we know what's going down here. We've done this puzzle here, time traveling puzzle. We've been on the ship. We've done that. We have gone, I think, done everything in the library here. Delivered all our pages. We've been in the rocket ship and back. We've lifted that. We've totally done that. Then we have done this. This has got to do with the rocket ship. We've also been over here and done something there. I don't recall what it was, but we did it. Then we solved this here. That had something to do with that. That got us into Swampy Age. So there we go. Now we go into Technical Age. I think those are all the areas on Myst Island. If I haven't forgotten anything that I haven't actually discovered yet, do let me know. And once we've done this, I say let's have a quick nosy perhaps at those devilishly, fiendishly difficult puzzles of the Talos principle in Building C and all. Yeah, Technical Age. Let's go. Let's go. Whoa. That is very nice, Art of Art. I appreciate that. Really, really nice of you. Really, really nice of you. Okay, so Brian says property around you is stupidly expensive, unfortunately, and probably too cold. It's too cold for you. Well, let's meet in the middle. How about Georgia? So it doesn't have to be Georgia. I mean, I've never been to Georgia. We come to Florida, Brian. Let's do that. Somewhere, you know, we're even thinking Everglades. You know, that'd be good. That would be good. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my frame rate here. Maybe my computer's just catching up. There we go. Ah, water. But think about it seriously. We're putting ideas on the table. We're thinking, what are we going to do? If you're up for an adventure, we're up for an adventure. Let's do this. It can even be together with other people. I mean, you know, let's buy, not so much buy, let's rent out Rod's house. He's moving out. Let's rent that. Or not. Not sure. He doesn't tell the best stories about his house and the amount of building work that needs to be done. But seriously, have a think about it. Have a think about it. Sometimes it's these stupid ideas that make for seriously exciting experiences. What might this be? I've got my book here, so in case we need to make any notes of symbols, I have a feeling we need to type in some kind of a code here. And currently, I don't know what set code could be. Are we on the right volume here? Just want to make sure you get now. See, we can probably crank it up a bit. There we go. So you guys can understand dialogues and funky sound effects. And there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is probably a code. Let's keep looking. Do you know, Rand was saying, Rand Miller, who wrote this game with his brother some 30 years ago, and he was obviously involved in the remake of this at his company Cyan. He says these types of rock formations, they are around where they actually live and work, which is also in Washington. That speaks for Washington, doesn't it? I forgot where that was. Was it Spokane? I think it was Spokane. And these kind of weird cylinders sprouting out of the earth, this is what they have in front of their doorstep, basically. And he was quite chuffed that they could put that into the game. Technical Age. Let's check out that building. Oh, look at the sky. I'd love to just have a look at the funky little at the funky little clouds here. The Sacred Sage is here. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I saw you were streaming yesterday. That was a nice surprise. Sadly, I didn't have the time to watch. I was deep buried in Unreal Engine. I just saw the live icon come up. Very cool. Good to see you. Enjoy this. Enjoy the shepherd's pie. Maybe it'll get cheaper as the year goes on. I don't know where you'd pay for it though. Very cool. So this looks like it might turn around. Looks like this is some kind of a rail. Oh, I wonder if we're going to connect to that structure over there. Maybe there's another one at the back. Reminds me a little bit of when we were in the ship here. Somebody switch the lights on, please. Oh, they are on. Gotcha. Sometimes it's good to do working sessions. I always like doing working sessions. When I have time to do them, sometimes it's good to... Oh, rotation simulator. To combine work and productize with it. Whoops. That's interesting. There's also this battle axe here. I find that also very interesting. To what happens when we go and... this is probably one of those undoable puzzles if you have a controller. What does that do? It does nothing. How about this? Does that do something? That also doesn't do anything. Plonk. That's today's sound effects. That's today's sound effect. What is this? Is that something we can press? Oh yeah. And then it does what? Does it do anything? All I hear is painful sounds. What was he building here? That's terrible. Return of the Plonk. That was good. Figuring that out last time, that was really cool, I have to say. That was really cool. Oh, it's not quite round. It's just a hexagon type thing. That's okay. We're okay with that. What happens here? This looks interesting. I don't quite remember how to deal with this age at all. I do remember it was tricky. It had something to do with extracting a ladder somehow and rotating this whole thing around so that we could reach other parts, I think. Oh, okay. Hello, buddy. How's it going? Sweet! Oh, hang on a minute. This looks like it has 3 directions. It can point, let's say, west. It can point north, and it can point east. It also points south. That's interesting. What does this want to tell us then? Does it... Oh, I see. It goes 270 degrees type thing? Is that what it's saying? Could be a clue. Yeah, so if I click it, it'll go and end up literally 90 degrees before it started. Let's keep that in mind. I think this is a picture that Robin Miller actually painted. I think. Or it could be just him. It could be him. I don't know if he painted. I think he painted it actually. Like a proper oil painting that they then digitized and used for this. Very interesting. Landscapes of firmament we see here. Interesting. Ooh, This is not nice, is it? That wasn't easy to make 30 years ago, so maybe that's why they brought that back. What have we got here? Can we look outside somehow? No. It's uninteractable with... Definitely items we've seen before. All of them. Yeah, but that's it. The end. And that was that age. Cool. Do you think we can go back? No. Ay, caramba, we can't go back. Other side, maybe? No. I'm kind of stumped, and I don't know where to go, to be honest. What to make of any of this? This is definitely kind of a code. us not having found a code means what? What are we gonna do? Oh, there! Northern Virginia, Netherlands. I like it. That is very cool. Virginia, also an idea. Let's move to Virginia, Julia. What do you think? Let's do that. Brian, you up for that? Let's all go to Virginia. Yeah, I think Sebastian is from Germany. Web Soul is from the Netherlands. And Art of Art, I guess, is from Virginia. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that we've missed something in the building that wasn't all that obvious. There's got to be something about that. Do you know what Jay Plays? That's actually my bot. That is a second YouTube account that I have, and that is something that I can use for a little bot script to feed messages into our chat. It doesn't allow me to use my normal account for that. It needs to have a separate account, so it's all sanctioned by me, so he's okay. You can follow him as well. It gives there's some. Oh, look at that! Interesting little button. That's him, exactly. Give the bot a shout out, Brian. That's the spirit. Give the bot a shout out. Bot. But there we go. Hello from the local bot, Zero Calvin. That's him. Yes, he's the one that posts about specials and stuff. And if you need to know my socials and if you want to follow me on Twitter or on Twitch, you can type those things in. And he also alerts us when somebody's made a donation or when somebody's subscribed to the channel. And so he's in charge of all that. He's a clever little script, that. So what do we do down here then? Forgotten that button, I tell you. This looks very technical. What do we do here? We do that. Oh, I see. Oh, what if we were to go and make sure these things are kind of aligned here? I can hear something. Coffee, do you know, I should make one for coffee. Today, in my Chris Cox mug, by the way, I'm trying out a new blend, which is by Maxwell House, dark roast, combined with Bustelo decaf, so it's kind of a half-calf affair. Very nice. So with these things aligned, I wonder if we go and... Can we press this again? To lift the stairs? No! Dang! That isn't good. And now things are blinking. That can't be good. Well, now this is open, but now I can't walk across. Damn you! Fiendish machine! Makes me wonder, what other buttons have we missed? What clues have we missed? Do we have to go and line you up to be at the bottom as well? I mean, I know I'm grasping at straws here, but does this make a difference? You stop blinking red? No, you haven't. Butter in coffee. Don't knock it. It's a good point. Bulletproof coffee, as it's sometimes known. Did Show Me the Money really produce that? That is very interesting. Or maybe it was Donate. That could be. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so it's a good drink, that. It's just a little bit... So this guy doesn't stop making a noise now. It looks like I've definitely dialed in the right thing. Ooh, another button! Ooh, another room. No, look at that! Red page! Ooh. The bird likes me, right? Bird. Brings up the Charlie Parker's greatest hits. He has, look at that, he's got a wine, I was going to say cellar. Some bottles even have a cozy. How exciting. Cirrus, from one brother to another. Your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and something is never satisfied. Slunder, stumber, slunder. Whoops, I wasn't quite finished yet. Okay, there we go. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Akanar. At least he's friendly. And look at the nice handwriting. Very good. So that's a red page. Whoa. He's amassed quite the wealth here. Shame he's currently trapped in a book and will never be able to access it anymore. If we're lucky. These things don't have buttons, do they? These things don't have buttons. So that's all he does. He sits in his chair, looks at inventions, and counts his money while drinking wine. Whereas the other brother, the more sympathetic of the two, he deals in, you know, making torture instruments and thinking, hey, this is all super awesome. It does make me wonder. I was just gonna say, if one brother had a secret compartment, I wonder if the other one had that as well. He did too! Yes, he likes the scary stuff. Ooh, blue page, alright. Excellent. Any poisonous stuff, and what a terrible man that man is. What's happening here? Ooh, okay. Yeah, that can't be good. Plunder! Arr. He did not want to be trapped in that. Is that a camera up there? No, that's just lights. Okay, these guys are terrible. But I do like this though. That is funny. It's a very cool... Go inside the cage? Can I do that? Is that possible? Also, welcome, Nate. How you doing, buddy? Oh, there's the remodulator thing. We're gonna have to play with that. I don't think I can. Does it have a door? Oh, maybe it has. It doesn't have a door now. So you can only enter the cage in VR. Did you see the Vision Pro, Nate? $3.5 grand. $3.5 grand. Thank you, Apple. Can we have more expensive toys? Sure. How about this one here? Oh, nice. Can you make it really scary so that you can project a photo of my eyes on the outside so it looks like I'm looking at people? You got it. And then the other thing, when I'm in a FaceTime call, obviously you don't want to see a webcam footage of me pointing at wearing scary glasses. No, you're gonna use a 3D avatar, like a 3D version of yourself that then gets projected to other people in a FaceTime call, because that's the future. That is the future. OMG. What were you thinking? We're thinking 3.5 grand times 5 million. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, you played VR. We were playing the Talos Principle earlier, and we saw your message coming up, because Nate is my only friend, I think, on Steam. I don't have many friends. Nate's the only one on Steam. We need to see that giant hamster. I want to see the giant hamster. Indeed, yes. So true, Absol. It's so totally the future. Flat screens are so passé. I did read an article by a Verge author who got to try it out this week at WWDC 2023, and it was a controlled demonstration. So when you've been chosen as one of the journalists we can trust not to totally trash this thing, they invite you, and I'm sure you have to pay a ton of cash for that, for the privilege. So they invited him, and he said, well, half of the stuff that they were showing in the demo isn't actually made. So the whole robot eyes projected on the front, that like this the non-starter idea, that didn't actually exist yet. That's just probably an idea that they're putting in the future. He wasn't allowed to type on the keyboard either, because they say, you know, you project, like, you know, as big a screen as you want, and then you just like do this with your fingers, and then all of a sudden you type on a virtual keyboard, and it's supposed to work really well. He said, so that isn't actually there yet. He wasn't allowed to try that out. There's a guy talking you through it. So he said when he went in, he wears glasses. He said an optometrist on site was measuring his glasses so that they could get 2 insets ready for the Vision Pro, that then half an hour later were slotted in. He was ushered into this white room, and it was allowed to put him on, and worked perfectly. So he was allowed to watch a movie. He said that's super immersive. He was allowed to do all these the like navigating with his fingers, that was working. So he said that was working incredibly well. And he was allowed to put several apps into different distances, virtual distances from you. So there's near, medium, and far. And then you move messages from the left to the right, and you have Safari in the middle and all that kind of stuff. And he said that worked pretty well. But he said the most striking thing for him was probably he felt reminded of seeing the iPhone 4 for the first time, which was the first mobile device that they used with a retina display. He said he's used VR headsets before and he's used normal screens before, and he said this moment of seeing a screen on which you cannot detect pixels anymore, that was really breathtaking for him, and that was the iPhone 4 for him. And he said with this thing, with the Vision Pro, he had the same experience. He says, I've never seen VR in such clarity. Oh, sorry, spatial computing. It's of course not VR at all. It's something completely different. It's spatial computing. So yeah. $3.5 grand. Doom guy, how's it going, buddy? Long time no see. Ahoy, ahoy. Welcome aboard the USS Mysterium. Well, we're trying to figure out what this thing is all about. Well, what happens if I go and put this down? Up, even? No, nothing happens. Oh, that's good. That's good. Maybe maybe left, maybe up, down. Do something. No, nothing works. Okay, good. That's clonk. Gotcha. Do you know cyber eye replacement? I bet they're working on it. Maybe that's the real thing Google are gonna do. Google Glass. Just give us your eyes. I wonder. I wonder how you actually move this thing. So maybe it's not that the thing needs to point downwards. Maybe it needs to point, I don't know, maybe to the right there, so that we get on this structure. That is a possibility. Let me try that. So if this thing here is the one that goes down, maybe that is where we need to go somehow. I mean, I'm just guessing here, but there's got to be something around this weird puzzle here. Like it flashing red probably can't be right either. So we could move it to where it's not flashing red. Like let's try 90-degree increments, something like that. Was that good? Kind of snapped into place. It didn't quite work with 90 degrees, but it's not flashing red anymore. I mean, that could be good. I'm gonna point it to kind of here. Is that good? I can't really tell. I feel like they should be aligned like this, and it feels like we need to kind of slot something else in to make them stay together or whatnot. But of course I have no idea how that would work. Do you know what I'm saying? And finally, hello, how you doing? It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, $3.5 grand. I think so. For me, this tells me, and also the fact that they have introduced it at a developer conference. This tells me, hey, this isn't for you and me, Nate. This is something that developers are supposed to buy and use as a test device to make apps with, that then in 3-4 years time, hopefully earlier, will then power a much cheaper device you and I will buy. I can't imagine it'd be anything anywhere below $1 grand. But ideally, you know, if you wanted to have this thing an impact as the iPad did on personal computing, I suppose you're going to have to eventually crank out a version that's about $300. I suppose that's in the future and really remains to be seen how many other people are on the market with stuff like that. But yeah, Apple have done it again. And they have a whole Vision OS operating system powering this thing. Crazy stuff. None of these buttons work. Is that? Oh, there we go. Do we need to close this door? No. Oh, hang on. Possibly close this door. And that may make this work? No. Or this. Or that. Ooh, I think that's it. That's it. Do not drink that Kool-Aid. Be very careful. I've even heard an opinion by somebody on Twitter who was saying, obviously money is no concern for me at all. If it had been 10 grand, you know, they could have had that. It's totally fine. It's literally, he was in for it because he wanted to be an early adopter of this thing. And he says, you know, it's like when I didn't buy Bitcoin for $200, I could be now a gazillionaire, and I didn't do it because, you know, I was obviously too stupid. And I'm not going to make the same mistake again. So I'm going to go totally invest into this hardware. We're like, okay, you go for it, buddy. What do we do now? There's nothing here that we can do anything with. There's one button and that one doesn't work. Now what? I don't get it. Do we need to? Can we go elsewhere? Can we go in the middle ground perhaps? Beep beep beep. That's not good. There was a control with 2 levers? Let me see. I don't think it was at the top floor. Maybe in the middle? Nothing in the middle. What's happening on the ground floor? This looks creepy. What's happening? One back on the... I don't get it. Did I go up or down? I don't understand what's going on. Did you say there was something at the top there that I didn't see? Let me go all the way back to the top, see what I can find. I didn't see anything where I could put my hand in. The control with the 2 levers to rotate. Like, that's not here, is it? There's no lever for you. Huh. I'm going to totally pay attention. Am I going down now? Because it looks like I'm kind of up or something. I'm definitely going down. But then there's stairs that are also going... I'm so confused. If I can't work this out, I can't operate an Apple Vision Pro. This is like 90s tech, man. Is anything behind here? No, there isn't, Jay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. So... They would never, Nate. They would never. Repairing now, it's like AirPods. Nothing gets repaired. It gets just chucked away. Not even gets shredded. It just goes on the landfill. There we go. Yeah, they need repairing. Here, I have some new ones. It's cool. Not even we can open that. Some machine cranks them out. We don't know how to repair that. Nate does not like the Apple devices. I totally agree, Nate. It's a wee bit early for that, hey? Is that something... I think, you know, it's the good thing is they have announced it, and they must have been working on that for literally years. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything with that yet. They must have been working on this for years, and you know, well done on bringing this out. But it'll be a few years yet before I'll consider buying one. Just even if I had $3.5 grand, I'm not sure if I'm the target audience at this point. What happens if we go back down? We do anything else with that lever? It's still flashing red. I have no idea what to do here. Any tips, please let me have them. I'm completely stumped here. Is there something I haven't found yet? Something that we should be, you know, doing, not doing. So it doesn't quite snap exactly into 90-degree increments. Maybe I'll try this, and now I'll see if there's something happening on the elevator thing. If it's working now. Good to check it out. Oh, elevator door's closed. Hey, that's not good. Won't they let me in then? Because they won't. That's just how we roll here. Jay, it's not how that works. Gotta pay $3.5 grand. Then we can talk. Oh, does it? Frostpunk 2. I don't think... Have I heard of Frostpunk 1? I think I may have. I'm not entirely sure. The 3D artist, it's the one with the hologram, the 4 commas points. That makes even less sense to what I'm seeing in the game. I have no idea what that means. Welcome though. That's, you know, keep them coming. Please rephrase. Maybe I'll understand it then. Oh my goodness. Do we think this should be at the bottom here, right? I'm thinking. Because that's the only thing that seems to make the elevator open up here. I think. Yes. There's gotta be, definitely gotta be on the bottom, this thing here. Mysticism. Like this, right? Yeah. And then it makes squeaky noise, so we go up and we say, elevator. The one with the hologram, the 4 commas points. Madness Middles is here. How's it going? There's, I do remember there was the bird statue thing here. What does that do? He likes that. There's also that. Well, he also likes that. I think everyone, he likes everything. This is like what it looks like on the outside currently. Maybe that is, does that do something? Could that be related in any shape or form? Cyan aren't in the market of giving us clues about this. They just, no, this puzzle just is, you know. If by some brute force button combination you happen to come across the solution, well, congrats. But anything as far as making sense, we don't do that. It's in that respect, we come from an era of LucasArts games. We just have to brute force 45,000 things. I don't know what this does. Middle doesn't really get us anywhere, does it? Middle. I think I tried that before. The middle doesn't really do anything. It's in the room near the entrance. Okay, I'll have a look at that. It may be something that I haven't found yet. Like, this doesn't sound good. Go into the middle. Well, what does that do? That's where we want to be. We totally want to be here. In no man's land. Okay, let me go and try that 3D artist. I'm totally going to try that now. So, room near the entrance. Something about 4 commas. So I'll go to the very entrance here. The bird's still happy. He's not shutting up. That's okay. I'm okay with that. So this here is the entrance, and I found one gadget here. Here. But it looks like I need a code for that. So I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna get something, you know, for that later. And somewhere near the entrance, I've only found these 2 rooms, one for Akanar, here this one, and one for Cirrus. I don't know which one's which. None of these things seem to do anything. I mean, aside from these things, I don't know what that does. I think they're just flashy lights here. I'm not entirely sure if they're relevant for the gameplay. This opened a secret room. I've looked into that and liberated that page here, this one. But that wasn't... That's not really puzzly relevant, other than us getting the pages, I think. Then we go around here, and then there's this thing in the middle here, the non-room with the non-solution, and then we're going back into this room. And then there's this here, and that seemed to make literally no sense at all either. So it has these 4 positions. It's got one lever that basically does nothing, and then another one that does less. It kind of does also nothing. Oh, there we go. Oh, finally, it's working. Didn't I try that before? Oh, that made a good noise. That's the one, is it? Ooh. So we had another sound effect there. Just like last time, this was pfft, and the one on the bottom was kind of clonk. So I wonder, maybe pfft was a good idea. I can't say. This is more progress than we've made before. This is good. This is good. Let's go and leave it there. Was this? Are you still pointing in that same direction here? No! Dang! Why not? So it looks like this one. That's plonk. Plonk is never good. Let's go. Dude. Was plonk good? I can't tell. I could move it a minute ago. Now I can't anymore. Oh, now I can. What? That makes no sense. That made pfft. That made a pfft noise. See what the top one makes. Top one. Top one makes a ding noise. Ooh. So I'm gonna go and make a little note here on my special whoops, on my special notepad. Let's call it here Tech Age Junk Room. Just so that we know where we're at. So we have this is ding at the top, then we have plonk at the bottom, and then we have pft on the right, and then on the left, let's see what we have there. Oh, that's just a simulator to teach you how to drive the real thing. Pft, east, ding north, and the other was west. So let's see what sound west makes. I don't really understand how it's trying to teach me stuff, because the real thing didn't seem to do anything. I don't even know how to rotate the other thing. Oh, that made a chirp noise. Oh, that's good. So ding, pft, and chirp. What does it mean? Ding was good though, right? I mean, ding was good. Oh my god, and it just says it at the top here. Ding north, pft is east, chirp is west, and plonk is south. I don't really know how to... Now head to the lift. Okay. Hi, Captain. Let's go to the lift. The lift is here. Shall I ride it up? Because there was nothing there when I got up. That was kind of what I found a little bit, you know, awkward. So now that we're upstairs, what do we now do? Is a nothing. Maybe it's broken. Maybe I have a version in which that isn't installed. Do I need to buy the DLC? I thought that was a good idea for a puzzle game. Puzzle game, $20, and there's some puzzles you just can't do, and you go, yeah, you have to download the $20 DLC for this to work. Really? When I pressed the middle button before, there was nothing. It didn't. There was no kind of. I couldn't get out. The door didn't open because it stops kind of in the middle of like nowhere land. So. Which is awkward. Oh, I see. Immediately after play. Gotcha. Let's go, let's try that again. So while it's making this dinging noise, I'm not going to get in. I'll just let the thing go down. Gotcha. You see, this is not something I would have ever even entertained as this is part of the solution. It's like, do this and then get out. I would have never in a million years even thought this was part of the solution. This is what kept us playing these games for months. These days, you try for 10 minutes and you go, I don't have the time for this. It's super easy, isn't it? So, nice. So I suppose we want to go technically... Thank you for this. I appreciate that. This is not something I would have ever understood. So these two levers then, let me go and, if I go and click the right one and make it go to, I don't know, somewhere. It also doesn't work. That's good. I'll dislodge it with this a little bit, because that's just what you got to do. And then this... We don't really know when 90-ish degrees is there. How do I know? It's like the clueless level. Why don't you just make the whole screen black and give no sound effects? And, well, you know, I'm just gonna have to randomly try, see what happens. Does it have something to do with these holes here? Do they line up with something? Is there anything that whizzes by? Anything that I can use to line them up? Like this. Okay, so this was chirp. This is awesome. So it's that hole, and there needs to be like slightly patience is key. Where do I buy that, Nancy? Dang. So this was chirp, which means we're pointing west. I don't think we want to do that, right? I mean, or do we? I can't actually say. Because which way were we pointing before? We have no idea. So we're currently pointing west, so perhaps now it's time to check out where that leaves the rotation of this thing. Because, I mean, when I got in there, I know I want to go to a structure that was technically to the right of me, but I can't be sure that that is actually east. So... That's cool though. That's cool though. Let's now head outside. I'm totally going to do that. That sounds like an awesome idea. Let me guess. This calls the elevator. Yes. That is very cool. I feel like the math professor trying things out. I'm so glad you're all here. I would have never figured this out without your help. Myst, the game that requires multiple brains to be enjoyable. This takes us to the butter barn. Let's go! Let's go already! Chirp! How exciting. I'm glad I'm taking the long way around. Dunk dunk chirp gets us to the edge of nothingness. Good, so chirp, there's nothing here. That is good. I also don't know how far chirp is from my original position, but we'll just make a note of here that there's nothing here. Okay. Well, let's try the next direction and see where that gets us. Ding 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 ding. Very cool. Very cool. I bet you find this out yourself and you feel like God after, you know, months of trying. This is what I really appreciated about these games back then. You didn't give up. There was no internet. You could speak to friends, but likelihood they didn't have a computer, or not the same one that you had. I remember early 90s, mid 90s, this was difficult. And also these types of games, they were around for like 5 years. It's not like a month and then no one talks about it anymore. So dislodge it a little bit here. Then we go to the next. Dude, no! This lever isn't exactly controllable as such. Dude, seriously. Slightly further. Dude. Dang! That snapped over it. That's really not what I wanted. Oh, nice. Oh, ding. Okay, so that's ding. Gotcha. Now we're at ding. That is exciting. I'm excited to have a look at ding. Fries are done. Make mine with mayo and ketchup, please. There are manufacturers out there who actually have put mayo and ketchup in the same bottle so that you don't have to put both these things on your plate. Oh no, Nancy's got a commercial. Uncool. I'll wait for Nancy to come back while pouring myself a cup of coffee. Those of you who didn't get a commercial, I'm having a Maxwell House coffee right now. Made by Kraft, the same people who bring you ketchup. And also mayonnaise, I think. I think mayochup they call it, which is just a bizarre name for mayo and ketchup. It is! I'm glad you do! And I'm glad you bring your knowledge to the party. Yeah, this is, I think when we went into this game, I have about 3 versions of Myst. And I think there's another one out there. There's the original point-and-click version. Oh, then there is a Unity remake from about 2013, which has free roam, but looks pretty terrible, but it has free roam. And the first version is, of course, the pre-rendered version. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Gotta make a note of these 2 symbols here. Oh, and this looks nice too. Nice one. Well, that was definitely nothing over there. Now we're at ding, and we have these 2 symbols here. And then there's this. This came out 2021, I believe. And this is an Unreal Engine 4 remake, or like basically reimagination. But it's all made by the same company, so it's still Cyan Games. Very, very nice. Oh, what a shame. Well, thank you so much for being here, Art of Art. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Get a battery. Get a charger for the battery. Wonderful. I'll be back tomorrow with something else. So, you know, if you're free around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be around. I'll be here. Let me make a note of these 2 symbols, because this is getting exciting. Maybe I should also make a note of where on the wheel they are. That might be important. Because, you know, what's up, what's down, you know. So this is definitely like a half criggly circle, and then this is kind of a thing like that with a cylinder in the middle, and then a kind of a triangular thing pointing up, and all of this is kind of there. Will I know what that means in 10 minutes? That's the symbol. Okay, that's ding. See, we can find pft and plonk, because we've got chirp. That's it, is it? There's nothing else here. Gotcha. We can work this out. We can work this out. Brian, you're renting at the moment, right? So for you, upping and leaving to move into the creative commune, that would work, right? I'm just thinking that would be just so cool. Don't know what other creative collaborations that could lead to. Sometimes that's actually really, really cool. Be like the business park, you know? Wouldn't that be funky? The search for plonk. I love it. I love it. So, we dislodge with this. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Then we go with this, and it's not necessarily 45 to 90 degrees, but it could be. Yes, there we go. That's chirp again, isn't it? That's chirp. We've been here. So we don't want to do chirp. We know that that leads to nothing. We need to go a different direction. Maybe this way. Yes, Plonk. Awesome. That is exactly where we need to go. Let's go to Plonk. The search for Plonk. Looks like we've found it. Press the middle button, then get out of the elevator. It's Saturday, so Mr. Chris will be streaming later at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He streams twice on Saturdays because he really wants to burn that candle at both ends. It's very cool. So, here we go. This is where we started. So Plonk is where we started. But also we didn't find any symbols. That would actually line up with the fact that we found 2 symbols on one island. This is the island where we're going to dial them in. One direction has nothing, and then we're going to find the next one, which is pft, which is then where we're gonna find the other 2 symbols, I think. I'm going to call that one start. I like it. Nice! You're renting so you can leave whenever. This is perfect. Brian, we should seriously consider that. I like it. Then, you know, the whole rental thing, like for both of us, is going to be a great expense, like for tax purposes. We could, you know, this would be great. Get something larger that neither of us could afford by ourselves. This would be good. This would be good. This would be good. Where in the US should we do it? What's the most beneficial place where we could do it that's not too cold, not too hot, not too hurricaney, not too all the other things, not too politically incorrect, not too far away. It's exciting. It's an exciting idea. I like it. Come on, one more direction and it's going to be pfft. And then we're out of this age. Who constructed this? There's got to be an easier way to do this. By the way, I'm thinking. Okay, to dislodge a little bit. We'll move it a little bit further. Well, a little bit further. We're going to have to go a little bit further here. Or not. That's still Plonk, so we haven't actually moved. Yeah, that's just what I thought. So I don't really know which direction we're moving into. Ding! Oh my god, no, that's incorrect. So we're at ding, so we need to move a little bit further to get the pft. Let's do that. So just a little bit. This way. Is that good? That's chirp, isn't it? That's not pft. So that's you know, that's uncool. And doesn't require a car. Nancy, thank you for reminding me. Indeed. And doesn't require a car. And also isn't $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. You know, that's also another good consideration to have. I mean, we could literally move into this thing overlooking Fisher Island, which is $40,000 a month, ever so slightly above a pay grade. But we wouldn't need a car. But also defeats the point. So yeah, no, good point, Nancy. And doesn't require a car. Also, if we're thinking of the bikeability, that's something that's also flat. No point moving into the mountains to nowhere. Dang, yeah, good point. Okay, let's leave the car thing. Can require a car. It's cool. Let's do that. I think may require a car would actually narrow it down to places that are cheap and large. I mean, I do like the idea of quiet, you know, suburbs or countryside idea. That would be good. Like no dogs from the neighborhood barking 18 hours. They're like, that kind of gets on your nerves every once in a while. Space station. But internet connectivity there. Do we have that? Dang. Have we actually moved here? That's still chirp. That's not where we want to go. Dislodge. You'd think the wheel represents the real wheel, but it does not, because that is plonk. That's also not what we want. We want pft. Not to be confused with chirp. Yes! That's what we want! This is what we want. We should move to where the Bob Ross Museum is. Where was that again? That was in... I forgot, but it was kind of the center of the country somehow. Somewhere. Where was that again? Bob Ross Museum. Where the old Ball's glass factory was. The jam jar factory. Oh my god, the creepy music. Yes, screaming in the street, yeah, that'd be good. Which also rules out... Ooh, exactly what I want to be. Which also rules out Rod's house, because he said, you know, the rappers have moved in, which is partly the reason why he wants to move out. So he's told us more about that house. It's not really a selling point. Julia always says, you know, if you tell people how bad it is, you're never going to be able to sell this place. Good point. I see, this is interesting. So that is... Those are the same symbols, just on the right-hand side. Previously, we had the same symbols literally to the left of them. It's exactly the same symbols, just next to that. Well, perhaps we're going to go back to the beginning, to where it says plonk, and then we're going to dial this sequence in. I'll just say, you know, ×2, and then we're kind of there, I think. Unless I'm totally making it up. This looks quite nice. I'd like to stay longer. There's just not more to do here. Oh, they even have a kind of a windrose at the top. Maybe that could have given me an indication about where we are. Same symbols. The return of plonk. This is nice. I mean, you know, it does take quite some time to make this. And then you wonder why this here at the top, where you see this leaking down stuff. This is relatively easy to do in Substance Painter, but it's a nightmare to get to a point where you can just go... It's tricky, but in the Quixel mixer, it's really cool. You just pick a decal from the Quixel bridge and you just position it and you just go, and you don't really need to worry. You don't need to know about layer stack and fill layer and this layer and that layer and complication layer and make it more difficult than it needs to be layer, as it is in Substance Painter. So it's kind of cool. I'm really getting into it. It's good. It's a good thing. It's very underrated, the Quixel mixer. Gotta say, it doesn't care about UVs either. I mean, the object needs to be UV unwrapped, but you don't necessarily select polygons. It's just as long as it's unwrapped, okay, you just go plonk your decal onto the object, and then it just goes and works out what the maps need to look like. So it's very cool in that respect. I do like that. I do like that. Yes, that's where ideally he wants to have a place without the cars driving by, boom basing the speakers, yeah. Apparently he's looking at an apartment now. He says he's not quite ready to sign papers yet, but they're definitely looking at something, so that's good to know. Okay, plonk. Ding, that's the opposite of plonk. That doesn't mean that needs to go to the bottom sorry, of the thing. Because that is chirp, that's not what we want. Plonk! Yes! Awesome. It's totally where we want to be. Dang! Oh! That sounds crazy, Nancy. Yes. Sometimes it's like that. Before we had these new double glazed windows, it was unbelievable. It was just so noisy. But even though with the new windows, sometimes you get this car that drives by that literally makes the foundations of the house vibrate, and you think, what does that do to your ears? I mean, if I feel the vibrations in the walls of the house, and you're not even in the house, how does this work for your hearing? That's just insane. Okay, this followed by that. And then we're going to basically do that again. That followed by the same thing again. These are randomized puzzles, so this is what I'm reading there. Let's see if this was... Ooh, really? And it just goes down. And that's the book! Ooh. We're going back to Myst Island, baby. How exciting is that? We're going back, baby. Mechanical. Found a way back from mechanical age. I thought it was called technological age, but that's okay. I'm okay with either. Well, one more blue page to go here. It looks like we're still missing one. Perhaps even two more blue pages. We've got a red page here. Boom! I'm confused because we've done all the ages. What's left to do? Maybe we're gonna go listen to these people. Now that we can understand them better. Sorry. Let's listen to him. Oh, save. That's a good idea.
Seal? You must
I thought we'd understand these guys a little bit better now that we've given them a few pages, but I guess that's not the case. Let me go and save. I think that's a very, very valuable tip here. Save. Yes. Boom. So I have a feeling there's something about this here that has some bearing on something, but also I don't exactly remember what it was. So I have a feeling I need to look in one of these books for something that gives things away. Like we're probably looking for something like a pattern. This isn't it. How about this? Stone Ship Age. Yeah, we've totally been there, man. Constellations we've dealt with, I think. This isn't it. How about this? That looks like a good book. Maybe even, could it be that it needs to be... I don't think it was this. This was the rocket ship here. Could it be that there was one book with numbers in it. Oh, there we go. And then we put this track, slope, and power. How exciting! This is the thing that we've just done. Mechanical age. What's there? There's one more book. This one here. Dang, yes. Open that up. And then I think we need to find a number that's corresponding to any of these pages here. Squeaky Buddha is here. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome aboard the USS Mysterium, where we're trying to fix that final puzzle. You think you have to add all but one page to either of the books. Right. That would make sense. That would make sense. I forgot how we reach Atris again. So maybe then we need to consult this again. Could it be that there's still something that it would give us, like a number that we hadn't picked up yet? Done all these things. No, actually, this is mechanical age. That's mechanical age. Is this the library? It could be the library. This could be the library. I do have some photo albums here with numbers. Some of them may not make sense. We've done this one. We've done that. 38 volts. We got the time. I wonder if there's one more that we don't yet know. Boom, come on, let's have a look. So if we go up on the tower, it may give us a clue. Let's see. What have you been up to today, Squeaky Buddha? I still love that name, man. That's a really good name. Close the door, go to the library. It is Mayan, right? I think. I think I remember you might be known as two different people, but I might be completely wrong. If you're Mayan, awesome. If you're not Mayan, also awesome. Totally cool. I just thought you might be. Just chilling. Yes, it's mine. Good stuff. I do remember. My brain does not betray me. I like it. So this... That is the... No, that's not the library. That is the time-traveling tower thing. We go down. I've been up until 2 a.m. last night to figure out Unreal Engine stuff. And it is just, you fall from one trap into the next. And I've just figured out, I think 925, I think we have used that already, haven't we? That number? Or haven't we? I don't remember. I think we might. I figured out how to use the path tracer yesterday in Unreal Engine. That adds a whole new level of productivity / quality to render. So I'm excited to try that out and get a side-by-side comparison render out. Hopefully by the end of the weekend. It's just, there was that, and also HDRI lighting that I've explored that has changed a little bit with Lumen. And that is, of course, also important to get some dramatic light effects out there. Mayan, by the way, aka the Squeaky Buddha, is a colleague of mine. We're both working together on this project called the Heart of Mercy for St. Luke Productions. That is my new day job, by the way, my new part-time job. So, very cool. We're both exploring the best possible ways in how to finish the movie. So, yeah, say hello to Mayan. Good stuff. Aka the Squeaky Buddha. So some really, really good stuff. And like, it just, you fall from one rabbit hole into the next. And documentation scarce as always, and also often focused on things that are not relevant to our project. So one of those things. Zero Kelvin, by the way, Brian, he's also 3D animator. He uses Character Creator and iClone for his projects. 925. You don't think we should look into the book and have a look at page 925, right? Is that something we should maybe be considering? because that was going to take some time to reach that page. Let's do that though. See if it works. See if it has a page 925. I don't think it does. It's got to mean something else. Yes, me too. I'm looking forward to the comparison. So Path Tracer, it's basically like turning Unreal Engine into DAZ Studio's Iray render engine, and it'll take some time per picture, but since we have so much hardware, we could just let it run, you know. So I'm not too concerned about the render time. It's still faster than Iray. It doesn't need that many iterations. I'm still looking into getting a depth map out of Unreal Engine. I'm far enough, 300 pages. That's good to know. I've got it to a point where we can render multiple passes just with transparency that you can then combine to perhaps get better depth of field effects working. And the way that works is in principle that you associate the 3D objects in the scene with layers. So you can group some together and say this is the background layer. You can take the media plate actor and say this is the media plate actor, and then you can say these are the foreground elements, and then you can split those up into 2 background layers or 2 foreground layers, and then each layer gets rendered out, just renders those particular objects onto one layer with transparency. So super easy then to just drag them into a timeline and say, well, this needs to be blurred more than this, and then just, have the media actor plate in super sharp focus. So that's something we can do if we don't want Unreal Engine to deal with the depth of field in the cinematic camera. That sometimes yields better results if you do it in post-production, doing compositing, because cinematic depth of field, that might look great in the Path Tracer, but it's always a little bit awkward in the real-time render, so we'll look into that. It is, isn't it? And without the what's it called? The thingy plugin, it escapes my brain now. What's it called again? And it saves time on rendering. Yes, indeed. It saves time on rendering, yeah. Because getting multipass out of Unreal Engine is almost no overhead at all. It takes literally like 2 seconds more per frame. So good stuff. Octane, there we go. Thanks, brain. Better late than never. So this wasn't it then. I have a feeling we need to find a number from somewhere to figure out this puzzle, because so what I'm trying to do here is go basically beyond here, close this down, and there's this, and one of the pages in the book will let us pick the right bits and pieces here. I really don't know what that might be, but once we have that figured out, that's going to give us something else. And I think for that we just need to find the correct of 300 pages and type that in, but I have no idea how that works. Octane is sorcery, but it's that extra overhead, and I really like the idea of not using third-party plugins that might be incompatible in the future, might not be continued further. I mean, Octane, they've already given up support for AMD cards, and you're always relying on that third parties. I like to stay away. Do either of the crazy brothers give us a number? That's a possibility. Let's listen to this guy here. I thought we'd get more of the dialogue now that they have all these pages, but that's not the case. He reckons we need to help him. I don't know why they gave that up either. The power of NVIDIA, perhaps? You got a number? Seriously serious. Dang, not him. Starry Expanse, the guys from Cyan contacted some people from the Starry Expanse in just seeing how far they got along, because Cyan are now remaking Riven officially, so it's their next project. They've done this, they've completed Firmament, and they've had a really cool trailer on their YouTube channel that basically gave nothing away, just that they say in development. So I think this is the next thing we're gonna see from Cyan. Remake of Riven, like in this style.
You. I see you. You Miss Akina.
The second combination into the safe.
Bring me.
We can try that. We can try that.
Forever and ever.
Giggles.
Pages.
Oh, that's why, Brian. You. Oh man, I didn't know I had to do that. Brian comes to the rescue again. Now we listen to the dialogue.
I'm Akina.
Ha ha
Glad
ha.
to see that you've returned.
Oh dang! I've just done it.
It was Cirrus who did this to me.
Hey, I've saved it before I did that, so that's good.
Do not listen to him. I warn you. I warn you again.
Dang!
He is a lie. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father.
Totally not correct.
He will kill you.
He totally didn't.
It began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the ages of Myst. He hoarded up riches for himself.
We've seen that.
Father slept away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king.
Why is there no video
King
playing?
of the ages of Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. I hated him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the ages of Myst. He burned their forests. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He completely destroyed all but 4 of the ages.
I think you were the one doing
I
that,
told
though,
my father.
weren't you?
When I finally found him, there was Cirrus also talking cleverly with the lying tongue of a serpent.
He doesn't sound bitter or anything, does he?
It was I who had destroyed the ages. He convinced Father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked Father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he had planned, and his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies. And so, in dying, Father imprisoned us both, unsure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you, what I say is the truth. Release me. You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar. And
Yeah,
deserves
well, he
punishment.
says the same about
I
you,
only
so...
wish vengeance for my dear father's wrongful murder. Believe me. You must only recover 1 additional page to release me from this prison.
Okay, so it's not too late, Brian.
Go to the bookshelf that's in this library.
Gotcha.
On the far side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is
Gotcha.
different from the other burned books.
Right.
This book is filled with patterns. Find pattern 158. This
Precious.
design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you to the last blue page.
Huh.
Remember, don't take the red page. Take only the blue page.
Right.
Turn it quickly to me. Oh, and do not touch the green book. It is a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, for you will rot and die imprisoned as I am. I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
I like how the books, all of the books, are bolted down. You can't actually, you need to have a special tool to pry it off. You can't just take it and walk out with it anymore. So 158, he reckons, and that'll produce the last page. So I suppose we can give this guy all these pages as well. So there's 1 more red and 1 more blue page that we can that we can give him. So let's go and do this and see what... Does he also tell us page 158? Do you think? We can always listen to this, to his side of the story before we do this. Maybe with full motion video? Perhaps? And then use the green book. Gotcha.
For you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother Akbar is guilty and I am innocent.
We got that impression, for sure.
Imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. It was father who was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds of them, all describing and linking to the fantastic places in which he had discovered.
We've met your dad.
In which you now stand was our father's library. It was here in this room on this island named Myst that he housed most of these books. But such a waste.
Well, he actually sent us. I forgot why, but he sent us.
But Akbar has burnt and mutilated most of these books.
Yeah, that wicked Akhenaten, huh?
Our father was always watchful of our exploration. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to these books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed.
Right. Whereas you're completely legit and above board, of course.
Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. This thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity.
Same here. Same here. I think the blue guy sounded evil. This guy sounds completely just calm and stuff, you know?
In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Akbar.
He only looks like the devil.
In a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within
The atrocity.
designed to hold us until he could judge.
Go for it, go for it. If you find anything, please let me have it. And we'll speak soon, I'm sure.
Embarked on one final journey.
Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate that, Brian.
Has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully.
Yes.
You must find one more page, and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It
Yes.
is the last book on the middle shelf.
Last book on the middle shelf.
This book is filled with a variety of patterns.
Variety of patterns.
Find pattern 158.
158. Thanks, dude. Just checking. All right, bye. Good stuff. Let's. I just wanted to make sure we have. Well, we have to check the book first, don't we? I just wanted to make sure they're not giving us a different page. So 158. Oops. Oh, there we go. That's exciting. Look at that. It just puts it up there. That is very nice. So I might just make myself a little note here. Gavin Sterling, how's it going, buddy? Welcome. Squeaky Buddha leaves, Gavin Sterling arrives. How exciting. We're just about to finish this off, and I'm going to go and make myself a little note here. So it's like the first three in the top row. And then we have two that are left over, and then we have two, and then we have 1, 2, 3 that are filled out, and then once again we have 2 here, and then we have 2 underneath that, and then we have those guys, and then we have, I've got like those down here, and then those down here. And then we have these three. And then we have, I suppose, those three. Well, perfect. I think I've made a note of it. I'm going to take a little picture of it as well. You're in zombie mode. I like it. How do I take a picture again? I'm sure there was a way to do that. Well, I think I made a good note here. I think we can do this. We can do this. Go into here. 600 by 800. I'm not sure if I ever had it for the C64, but that, Gavin, sounds amazing. That does sound very cool. I do have the point-and-click version for PC, and it too is very cool. I mean, considering how old it is, that it's very much playable still. I have the Riven version as well. They did a really good job on that. It almost feels like a traversable 3D environment. So quite amazing what they did with this, considering, you know, when they made it. No, hang on a minute. That, and then we do this here. Is that correct? No, that's totally not correct, Jay. What are you doing? This here, then we got this. There we go. That's correcter. We got to take that off. So 3 here, 2 here, and then we do 2 here. Well, is that one down here? That this is correct. Then this here, that's incorrect, like that. I used to play the Guild of Thieves on the C64. That was nice. That and the Pawn. Those were my favorites. Did I do that correctly? So we've got the 3 in the first row, 3 in the second, then 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. You know, I think I've one row too many. I think this needs to be like that. I think that needs to be like that. I think I may have had 1 row too many. Oh, and lemonade stand. I remember that. That was just so cool. So cool, the lemonade stand. That was seriously cool. Is that still around on iOS? So I've got 3 rows here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Really? And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 8 by 6. And I think... Is that what it said in the book? I think I may have copied something wrong. No, that was it. Solve the fireplace puzzle. Have I? Oh, I have. All right. So there's another red page and a blue page. I might just go and save it before I do anything hasty. And you're saying now use the green book. I mean, that is one solution, one ending. I think then I could also give the blue page to the blue guy and the red page to the red guy, each of which leading to different endings. You say the green book, right? I'm thinking. Let's try this. Rant. Whoop, hang on. No dialogue? Rand.
Ah, my friend, you've returned. We meet face to face.
Indeed.
Page, did you bring the page?
Did I? Did I bring the page?
You didn't bring the page.
I didn't bring the page?
You didn't bring the page.
What page? Ah!
What kind of fool are you?
I brought a wrong
Did
page?
you not take my warning seriously?
What page should I have brought?
Welcome to Dunny. You and I will live here. Forever.
Oh, okay. Did I do something wrong? Should I have brought a page? Roommate's achievement. Achieved the bad ending with Atris. Oh, and I didn't, did I? Do you know what? No problem. We can totally go and just load that in again. And listen to him. I think I hastily clicked the button. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Let's do that again. Open the green book. Listen to him. He was so not happy. Imagine that. You back them $5,000 on Firmament, and then you get that plane ticket to Spokane, and you sit at the dinner table with Rand. You say, Rand, I've been playing your games for like 30 years. I'm really chuffed to meet you. And he goes, you fool, you didn't bring the page. You go, okay. Good job, I saved, yes. Okay, let's try this again. Shudders. Not wanting to make another mistake. That would be so funny.
Don't come here to die, not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friends. You no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atris. I fear you met my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island in my library. My library. Oh, it contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago.
Audio engineer was off that
The
week.
red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons.
Terrible. Both
Cirrus
of
and
them.
Achenar.
Both of them.
We had many
Terrible.
journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of
Fools.
course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged for access to those books, and of course, I denied them. Oh, they devised a plan. An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed.
Oh, tell us about it.
Their own mother. They used their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine, to lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except they removed a single page from my Myst linking book.
Oh dear.
I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you.
Dang.
If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry.
Where's the page?
Bring the page.
Which page?
Bring the page with you.
Where do I find it? Rand! Rand! Where's the page? Dang. Well, that's certainly...
Have you found the missing page?
No, I'm still looking for it.
Come.
Have
Come
I?
on, then.
Have I got it? No, I'm still looking for it. Which one is it? How do I find it?
Have you found the missing page?
I haven't.
Oh, come.
What does he want me to do? Does he want me to just have I found it and I just need to go and click it now? What do you think? Because I mean I do have one green and one red page. I don't think I have another page. Unless there's something I haven't found yet. I mean, I could just go click on the book now. Is that what I need to do, you think? Because I can't get out. The moment I do that,
Have you found the missing page?
he reckons I found the missing page.
Come on, then.
That's a good point. I think I might be able to... I don't know how you reset it, but I think I can just go and do this manually. Just switch all these things off. Maybe there is something else I need to put on here. Does this reset it? No. Ah, there we go. Phew! Thank God for that! So the only place I think that might hold another of his clues is where he left Catherine that message, which is down here by the boat, like in his little bunker thing here. Is that when we may find that page? '40, 47, and 67. We can work it out. We can work it out. 40, 47, and 67. I think we tried all of those things. Topological extrusion test, check. Yeah, baby. With all our high-res, high-end graphics, it's not actually easy to produce something that looks like this anymore. So that was 40. 47. I wonder if I need to find another number that would give us that page here. That's the switch. Gotcha. Water turbulent pool 67. Oops. He wants to have one more page. I wouldn't even know where to look now. Well, that didn't produce a page. What else have we not looked at then? The boat gives us, that just gives us access to that other age, so we don't want to go back there to sunken boat rock age thing. Unless, could the page be hidden in one of these ages? I would imagine it's here on Myst Island. But hey, what do I know? Did we flick up all the switches? Just making sure. Is everything in the up position? It certainly is. Do you know, and didn't we receive a clue as to how to get to Catherine? Was that not how that worked? That's how this room opened up, but then this one's in the down position, so perhaps we're gonna go switch that up as well. Those patterns here, that was weird as well, but we did manage to do that. This one's also in the up position. Yes. What was that? And we have that, and that's it. They're all in the up position. Huh. What other page does he want me to bring him then? I have no idea. It is really well done. This is done with Unreal Engine 4, and it's almost like they did this project after Abduction came out. Abduction was Unreal Engine 4 as well, and it's they've done such a good job. I mean, we've traveled to all the ages and they look all breathtaking. They look really, really nice. The water effects, the ship on the rocks age looks really stunning. The swamp age looks amazing. And the puzzles here can be randomized. So when you start the game, you have the option to go with the classic version, which means you can follow old walkthroughs and the old puzzle solutions. But you can also, if you want to challenge yourself, use the randomized version, and then all the puzzles are randomized again. So like this here, where you have to figure out the voltage on for the bolt, you have to go and it'll be a randomized number for that. And what's also very cool is that they included a VR version here. So if you're into VR, you can play this game now or in the future in VR. And they say it's really, really cool. Or now switch by the boat will do. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you do get it, you're not going to regret it, Gavin. If you've played this game before and you're in for a real free roam treat on Myst Island, then you know this is for you. Now check this switch, you mean, or just go into the little bunker thing here. This is where I would have hidden the page. If I was the guy, I would have hidden the page in here somehow. Same thing. Do I have to? We did get a secret message for Catherine here, didn't we? The number of switches. Maybe flip it. Okay, good idea. Yeah, the number of switches dialed in on that flick switch down there, I think that gave us a message for Catherine. Something about the ship. Maybe now downstairs? Very intriguing. I think I did this fairly early. I don't know. Did I do this fairly early on? I do remember we could add up all the switches on the island and give that as a number in here. And I think that was, I don't know, 7, 8, something like that. And then we got a message from him to Catherine. It was 8. So I did that, but I don't know about the one switch by the boat down. I don't really know about that. There we go.
I have to leave quickly. Something terrible.
Aha.
It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons.
Dang.
I suspect that now. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. I should have known not to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access key, remember the tower rotation, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine.
It's safe.
Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
I appreciate Rand doing some acting. He hated acting, it says. Let me go to the safe. Let me do that. That is a valuable point. I don't think we've looked in the safe ever since we've lifted that tree elevator. This here, right? That's the safe. That's not the safe. This is the safe. Dang! No page for you. Did I need to put a different number in here? That could be. So this is the number that we got. That was the pilot light, wasn't it? Is this the safe you mean, or is it a different safe? The second combination. Which one was the second combination? This is interesting. Let me show you what I've got here in my photo album. So we've got 925. That is the combination that opened this safe up before. And now we can't close the door anymore. The 925, there we go. What might the second combination be then? No, Gavin, this was a crowdfunded version actually. So Cyan had a few new people involved in making the project, but also old school veterans, and retrieved everything that could be retrieved from the old version, like audio files and some of the artwork, I think, and then literally rebuilt this thing from scratch thanks to Kickstarter. And took them a few years to do, but it came out great. And I think this was off the back of Abduction. So this was released, I think Abduction was 2016, 2017, and then this came out 2021. And most recently, another Kickstarter campaign that both Brian and I have backed, actually, was Firmament. That is their latest game that only came out less than a month ago. Second combination, 3D artist, do let me know. Where might I find that? Because this was the only one that I found so far. But I'm happy to go and check on the library tower. In the photo album, that might give us a clue. Let's see. So these are all the things that I've had a look at. This one was the one that was about the star signs that we had to get to lift the boat up, I believe. Also randomized. This was the safe combination that I've tried just now, 925. That isn't to say that if we rotate the tower to something else, find the lever game wasn't Kickstarter backed. No, that wasn't Kickstarter backed. The broken pieces, that was it. 38 volts. And then we had this 231, that was the combination on the clock tower, but that isn't to say that we might... And then this, I don't think we ever found a second version of that. There's got to be the second piece of this page that might give us a clue. Yes, do that, Gavin, do that. Firmament is something that I want to play on the stream as well. That's a very different game to the other ones. But Abduction, very, very cool game as well. Free roam, completely new title, very intriguing, very difficult puzzles. Well, on par with this here. Firmament was a bit of a mixed bag. The ending is really cool, I have to say. The ending is fantastic. The puzzles are a little bit more... for the VR crowd, I think. Ah, right. So there's the other half of this page would be the clue. Where might we find that? I mean, this is now a matter of literally going back through all the ages. That might be kind of cool to show Gavin what they look like just visually. This, do you remember where we found this? Was this in the Ship on the Rocks type age, do you think? It was, wasn't it? I could literally go to all of them. See if we can find that. So the first one, the trick was to get into the elevator here. That was the swamp age. That looks really nice. But if this one was on the... in Shiprock Age, maybe we'll go back there. Maybe it's just in the other bedroom. Could that be? Could it be as simple as that? Can't be. When I say free roam, it's not quite free roam, so you can't walk down these rocks here. And if you're into Unreal Engine development, you should look on the Cyan YouTube channel, because they have really nice behind-the-scenes videos of how they made these types of games in principle, like very detailed technical, how you do, you know, virtual texture blending and what tools you use to replicate, you know, stairs of wooden pieces so that they space out properly as you elongate the spline and stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting. This is how we get back here. Maybe we just haven't looked properly on these guys, in these guys' bedrooms here. If I can remember how to do this. Yeah, so this is that age. I'm thinking this is just wonderful as a screensaver. You can just watch this for hours. It's just wonderful to just see this. Ah, okay, just invert it. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let me just go back. Because that is... while we're here, before we flood and unflood other things. I think going back is fairly easy here. We just invert it. Good stuff. We'll leave stuff for Gavin to explore on his own. Okay. So one's in Swamp World and one's on the Stone Ship. I think this one was on the in the Stone Ship Age. I could be wrong. I may have also found it in the woods. So everything down except for the one by the boat. Gotcha, buddy. Oh yes, it's true, it's true. And Rand and Andy, the developer, they're massive VR fans, and they said that if you experience this in VR, they said it's unbelievable, because you really get a sense of scale and things like these levers here. They added little exciting things like here you just press a button and it does this, but they were saying that in the VR version this thing has inertia, so you really have to press it hard for it to go down. So it sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting. Like that. And then that was this. So we go... oh, this one as well. That needs to come down. Maybe. And this one's down as well. Now, the one at the top here as well. Mustn't forget that. And if you like the look of this, then you'll also enjoy Obduction. And probably Firmament as well. And the next one that is in development indeed is Riven. So they're making that. Okay, here we go, here we go. Clonk. Should something be happening? Is it is the page down here? Oh, did you not say that? I totally thought you and the 3D artist together suggested to do that. Dang, is that incorrect? Turn all the marker switches on and the one by the wooden hut. Oh, the wooden hut off. Oops, sorry about that. While we're here, let me just have one last look into here. Sorry, I totally read that wrong. Yeah, it's nothing in here. Cool, fine. So everything on. Sorry about that. And the one by the wooden hut off. That's correct, right? Everything on, wooden hut off. Is that right? Did I read that correctly? On, wooden hut off. Gotcha. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's on. Nice to have something to do on Myst Island, you know. It's just a hub world here. We wanna experience this a little bit. It's lofty foliage and stuff. Good thing we have that fast walking mode. Oh, mustn't forget this one here by the library. On as well. Ding. I'm kind of hoping something's gonna immediately happen as I flick the last switch, because I don't really know where to look otherwise. On. Like this one on as well. That would leave the one by the hut off. And you say then look into the safe. Wooden hut off, right? Dang! Nothing! I'm looking forward to the remake as well, the Riven remake. Even though I did not enjoy the puzzles at all, that was all a bit too abstract for my brain. I just don't get these things. Yeah, no idea then. I have no idea what to do then. Hey, we gave it a good go. We've got one ending, even though it's the bad one. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. This is all on. This is on. This one's definitely off. Is there something by the ship that we should be seeing now? That's on as well. I can see that from here. This one's on. This one's on. This one, did I put that? Yeah, that's on as well. Don't know then. So you're saying that this here should open now. Maybe I've got to switch this off and on again. Nah. Maybe it being a randomized experience. Maybe another switch opens up. Who knows? Anything down here? Dang! Hey, we tried. We tried. Maybe we do actually need to find that second page and then put these two things together. I do remember there's actually no mechanism to put them together. I think last time I literally had to take a photo of either of them and then do it in Photoshop to read the whole thing, sort of thing. I think so too. I think so too. Hey, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go and save it here, perhaps in a second slot, in an empty slot, just so that we have that. Hey, that was nice. I like it. Let's watch the credits. If you want, Julia and I have been playing a lot of the Talos Principle, and I think that was kind of cool. Maybe it is time to ask Google, yes. Or we do it another time, that you know. We played the Talos Principle, and that was really intriguing, but we're stuck on some levels that if you have another half hour, I'm happy to have a look into it. And good enough, TM, yes. And we can see if we can figure these things out together, like devilishly, fiendishly tricky. I remember you were a big fan of the Talos Principle. I've got a friend of mine, Ray, into it as well. And he's already on the 5th floor of the tower, which is kind of cool. So that is really not where I am. So if you're up for that, we can totally do that. See if we can figure these things out together. perhaps. Is there no music along the credits here? Rand Miller, CEO, woohoo! Original Myst soundtrack by Robin Miller, indeed. Yeah, I don't hear any audio, so it looks like they don't have anything underneath here. The old people problems. Well, let me introduce you to it. See if the memories come back. I think this is one of the few games that does not work with the PS4 controller on the... No, don't, no. Stop. Do you know, I find that about puzzle games. Whenever I do something like revisit an old puzzle game that I've played before, it's like I'm playing the game for the first time. I barely remember how things work, and I'm thinking, hey, that's just crazy. This, for Gavin, intro logo, revamped for the 21st century. So cute. Great, now we can quit this again. Yeah, so for the Talos principle to work best with the controller, I think I actually have to go and open up this thing here, the DS4 Windows. I don't really know why. Steam input control translation is usually really good. I think the game just doesn't natively support the PlayStation controller. I think it does. It does support the Xbox controller, but not the PlayStation controller. Okay, see if we can do this. Do you know, same here. I think Stray would be nice if we try that out again. That's really cool. Oh, really? Gavin, that sounds cool. Those types of videos, I really like that. I've watched the Rand and Andy play this game together for about an hour. They used just, showed off the environment and talked about the challenges that they had making this game. They're very cool as well. I gotta say, that was very, very interesting, because they touch on technical things that you don't hear game developers talk about every day. So Talos Principle, if you don't know it, it's a very interesting story, but at the heart, it's a puzzle game. And it's you're an android walking around in some kind of a weird environment that keeps glitching, so we believe it's kind of, it's all VR a little bit, but we can see us as sort of automatons walking around. And yeah, this is a really good level to start with. So this is it's tricky, but it's also very, very difficult. You've got these lasers here, and if I connect those with one of these, then things happen. So I could go and pick this up, connect that to here and to here, and then that will make the fan go. And if I'm stepping on the fan, then I go up. But I could also put other things on the fan, like another one of these, that then connects to this and that and other stuff. So, very interesting. Our goal is to get this thing here, this hovering thing, and that turns out quite tricky. Oh, can you? Oops. Let me see. Game options, perhaps. Yes, there we go. Over left shoulder behind player and over right shoulder. Ooh, I think there was actually a shortcut for that. Is there? I can't find it. It probably was on the. Nope, that wasn't it. It was this one. There we go. That's the guy. This is us, essentially. This is us. And there are places where you can go and record yourself, and then you see this version of yourself walking around. You can step on this and then that thing opens up, but without it you can't walk through. So we can take stuff like this, pop it on there, and then that opens up. I think you can also run. Yeah, there we go. So our task is to open this thing up, which requires us to kind of go around the corner here. There might also be other things in this level. And this actually comes from a hub world. These purple curtains, you can't carry objects across. You can't do that. You can only... Once you're behind it, you have to use everything that's in here. And once you're out here, you have to use everything that's out here. And this is where you find all kinds of puzzle pieces that I haven't managed to solve yet. So let me show you maybe some of the other puzzles just quickly. Like this here. That's essentially another puzzle that gets us another piece. And this one's tricky because it has a cube behind here, but we can't access it from here. So it's you know, it's tricky. This one's really tricky. But I think we'll stick with the one below because that was just very, very tricky. You know, Big City Little Kitty, I'm looking forward to that one as well. I'm actually happier with the game being in first-person mode, with a super immersive experience. So we're not going to solve this. That's tricky. We're going to go and solve the one on the bottom, and we're going to do this together because we can do this. We can do this. Get that cube. There's nothing over here. First thing we'll do, somehow liberate that cube. And we can maybe do that with this, by just going, connect this with that. That makes sense, right? Got that cube. But now we need to go and bring the red laser around the corner here, so... replace this with the cube, I'm thinking, because this thing is valuable. And we need the cube so that the thing opens up, otherwise the red laser doesn't go through. So this is good stuff. Put that connected to here, right? Does that open? Put it down, of course. Haha, perfect. So that opens this. Lasers don't go through these things, sadly. But they can go through windows here, just in case we need it. Some of those were too hard, weren't they? And my friend Ray, he was like, he's very much into the story, but he's like, he's so good at this. He solves these things like there's no tomorrow. And I'm thinking, this is a tricky one, because once you open, like say this one here, you have to then go and repurpose something else. So you can do this, but now you go, that's awesome. But if you go over here, now you need another one of those distributed devices, and of course there isn't one around, so you have to go and repurpose one of the things that you've just used and make it more efficient for the laser to get redistributed here. So it's tricky. Yeah, so like in this case, I can get rid of this by making sure this one points both into this, as well as this, as well as that. So let me just go and move this around. Some people just have an incredible brain, I've got to say. If I go take this and just move that over here, and then go put that here. Yep, that's good. So now these two things don't get they don't get crossed if I go and take this and put it here. Then I can do this. No, not that. Sorry. Yeah, that might be. We'll put this here to, let me go and just put that here. This and that. I'm glad you remember the hardness of this, Brian, because that's something that freaked me out as well. So now we can take this and repurpose it. The door stays open. In fact, all doors stay open now. And now we go over here. We can just about reach this and that. Aha! That's awesome. And now I can take this thing. So this is a jammer that unjams these doors here. And that now makes me go and liberate this cube. But of course, that's not enough, because technically we now need to take the jammer behind this door, open this, and I think that gets us to the actual prize that we need to get. But of course, we can't do that because the jammer is behind this door. So the moment I pick it up, the door is closed. So the only way now to solve this is to somehow bring this red laser into this room. But of course I don't have a thing anymore that makes us do that. So help! What do we do? We do have a cube, though. That's a good interim solution. Yeah, because to make that happen, we need to literally have at least one more laser distributor. And you know, if I were to hook into this laser, I'd need basically two, because otherwise I can't get around the corner. So I need to have one here and one here. So I'm not going to get that, really. So we need to have a different solution to this fiendish puzzle. Let me go take that cube out, because this is really where it's now super tricky. And for that, I think, and I'm only thinking out loud, I have no idea how to redo this. There's this thing that we haven't quite talked about. So if I switch on this laser, this fan will go and put something in the air. And it looks like if I put something like a distributor on top of the cube and then put the cube on top of this and connect it to this thing, then the red laser kind of hovers at the top there and lets me hook into it. And I think that's what I need to do. But how to do that, I have no idea. So let's have the jammer stay behind here just for now. And I'll go and take this just so that I can try to make that happen here. I don't know if I need other jammers for that. Probably might. Probably have to. So if I go put this cube on top of here, and then make this connect to this and that, and I suppose also this. Just, you know, just to be sure. And then I put this on here. Then nothing happens. Dang! Okay, fine. That is uncool. So let's go take this guy out for now. I just put this here so that this here. Oops. So that does this. That's directly connected. We like that. So I can take this away. So now we have this high up point. How do we do it so that everything kind of connects to that now, maybe? Like, you know, from here to there. That'll open that door up again. Dang! Do you know, it'll be a good preparation, Brian, because they're releasing Talos Principle 2 fairly soon, so it's gonna have more puzzles and all that, so be interesting to have the story continue in that way. Yeah, Nate would tell me to poop on it for sure. Actually, this one could probably cover both of these, if only this door were open. So maybe in a moment I can make that happen. But I have to get through this first, so because the moment, this is weird now, because the moment I take this off, then this is gonna close, of course. Okay, let me see what happens when I do this, and that, and that. Dang. That is bad. So this here, and that, and that. Okay, that works. Absolutely. I remember when I tried it the first time, I was thinking this is too tough for me, I don't get it. So it really took a while for me to understand and appreciate it. So now this is not bad. We can go around here now. Go and should I pick up the jammer and have that door open up so that we can just walk through it? That might be a possibility. Yeah, that might be nice. Oh, I can't. Dang, jammer's on the other side. Right, you know, good point. There's one was a kind of a concept DLC in which you can see the kind of conceptualized puzzles, and one was called Road to Gehenna, which is like unbelievably super tough. I have no idea now. Do I have to go back to the beginning, really, to get the jammer so that this door gets held up? So if I could go into here, I could go and hook that into that. Then maybe take the scanner. Oh man, how am I going to keep that door open? Oh. And there is an integrated help in this, but it's so bad, it's basically not helping at all. It's so tough. I'm so impressed by Ray that he just figures these things out. I'm just thinking, wow. Road to whatever. And bizarrely, so this is another thing that we found, and this is where the harder levels really come into play. So this open area back here, you can actually see this other puzzle that I've shown you before that has this cube behind a force field that requires a jammer, but there's no jammer in there, but we have a jammer here. So technically what should be possible is that you open that door in the distance with this jammer, and so that you can then have access to the cube that you need to solve that puzzle over there. You go, oh my god, it's terrible. So, well. Any suggestions? How do we proceed here? I could grab this and hook this into here. That'll work to open that, but that now leaves this door closed, which is not so good. Does this help me at all? No, it doesn't, because now I still need something that opens this door. Ha! The range of the laser is not limited. It can literally go super far away. I think the range of the jammer might be limited, but this one doesn't. You can even connect it through these blue doors. I mean, you can at least select a target even when the door is closed. And once the door opens, the connection will be there. Well, here can see, this is bad. Now I could connect something to this and to that with the right placement here, but it doesn't help me because Huh. Yes. I may have to go back and connect. That would work. That would work. But of course I still need that, so... It's a brain teaser. This is at least sometimes open. So I'm thinking that... I might just take the jammer out first, so that I have it with me, and that I can at least use it to open bits and pieces, and then rearrange the position of these scanners, of these distributors. So to get this thing down, you can pick up this, and then the fan doesn't work anymore. This might help us. I say might because I don't really know. I'm just gonna try to get a hold of that jammer. So now I need for this to hook directly into here, don't I? That hooks into here, maybe? Does that work? Yeah, it does, but we've got this crossed path here, so that wasn't good. That wasn't good. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen. Oy. That is tricky. This thing, yeah, that needs to be around the corner here. So then this. That goes here. Okay, perfect. Now I can go and reposition this. So that this goes into here. And here. And here. That works, good stuff. Now we need to grab this guy. This we can, if we go and put this directly into here, and here, and here. Perfect. Then we have another distributor with which we can get the scanner. What he says, I think this, might this have to work? Come over here, no, it just about works. So this, and that goes into here. Man, this is so tricky. Okay, great. We have access to the jammer. I don't know if it helps, but if we now try to connect all these doors so that we free up at least one more of these things, that'd be good. Like say this one. I think the jammer we're going to leave here because I think this is the door I couldn't quite open. So I can take this guy all the way back and see if this is essentially just acting as a starter here. Once that cube is high up, I can take this thing away again, and then they've got that direct connection. Oh! Yes! So now, And this is basically our prize here. This is square. That's what we need to get. So this and that. Nope, that doesn't work. Probably even this. Does that work? Yes, that does work. Oh, nice. So perhaps now that we have that sorted, perhaps we can take this away. Yes, good stuff. Now this jammer can open that door. That is nice. Do you know, and I think now let's just hook into here briefly. That means we can take the jammer and put it behind here. Make sure it keeps the door open now. So if I'm going to take this now, the amount of like what you have to think about is insane. So I think same here. I can just go and take this now. Open that door. I think we're getting there. If I go and open this door with this, does it work? It does, doesn't it? From here. Oh my god! I think we're doing it. We're doing it. This here. No! Dang it! Yeah, that's bad. Is it because that laser isn't high enough? Brian, you could do it once. You can do it again. This is tricky. What other options do we have here? So if this is too low, this doesn't work, so we can't connect this. Even though it sounds so good, that doesn't work because lasers don't go through these grates. The only feasible way to alleviate that is either to walk further back or to put this laser higher, which of course means adding a second cube underneath it. But that means I have to do the whole puzzle again. Why? Let's see if it works. Now, this doesn't really get me any further, right? If I do and open this door, that works, and then I have my jammer thing, but now I'm at the same position because I can't unjam this. Dang. Ah! So, and to make this contraption higher with a second cube, how would we do that? I mean, assuming that is the solution. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it might be. Wait, does this work direct? Yeah, let's do direct. I know what it feels about that older brain, you know. It's just... Oh, there we go. Does this do something? Oh, that could be. Let's jam this door through here. But how are we going to jam this door? We can't do that. Dang. Okay, fine. Let's do that. OMG. Now I think we have most of what we need open. I'll just go do this here, like so. Take my jammer out with me because I have a feeling this is going to be... This will serve a crucial point in doing this. So I'll keep this door open with the jammer just to take this cube away, because without it, this door would close. So it needs to stay open. we're going to take this away. Thank you. Now we'll try to connect this again from here to here. Up to here, that doesn't work. That's all good because we'll quickly grab that as a starter. Oh, this isn't even... This is even on here. That was supposed to happen. This into here. I have a feeling we can do this, you know. That does this. Starting you off with that. You go not up because I forgot to put the fan in. Oh, man. So close, yet so far away. Dang! Dude! Bad fan. Right, so connect this to here, and to there, and I think to here, and then we put it on top of here. And then nothing happens because this is connected to that. Ah, okay, fine. Patience, patience. Yes, that's good. So then, the way to get this higher then, our newly liberated second block that used to be on this plate here, I think we can go and just pop into here, and it goes and shoots this whole thing a little bit higher. So I wonder if this is enough. I wonder if this is enough. And the cool thing is now we can do the same thing that we did with the jammer. So we keep it on the inside and make sure it all, you know, kind of works. So if I remember correctly, this is where that was. To here and to there. And then that opens that. Perfect. So now we can take the jammer out of here, closing that door. Am I right in saying we keep that door jammed open? Because now we just go and collect this. Is that right? Yes, because we don't need this open anymore. I mean, the jammer does it. Now we do this. You know, direct. Because really, if we wanted to, I think we can grab this thing now as well, don't we? Just before we close. No, actually, yeah, yes, we can't. Because this needs to keep this door open. Yes, that is true. Yeah, they are logical. If you can see a progression, I mean, I've seen levels in which that isn't the case, in which you think, well, there's no objects and there's a sigil that's too high up to reach and there's nothing you can do. Those types of levels I don't really understand. I gotta say. Do you know, and I think that is what they want us to do, isn't it? I do need to find a way to liberate one of these things. That is scary. So how do we do that then? How do we do that then? Yeah, we do that by... No, we can't though, can we? Oh, how am I gonna... Oh, I can... Hang on. I think I can... Can I do that through here? Yes, I can! Can I do this? Ooh! I can use that. Is that cool? Is that good? No, because... How am I gonna... Which other thing am I gonna liberate? Because I need to somehow get this guy over to the other side. Oh, yes. I think I know. It's not this that I need to use to connect. I think it's this. Does this work? Oh my, just about. It doesn't work. So I need to somehow connect this and that and the door behind me. It's a perspective thing. It doesn't want me to do it. This one, and that one, and that one. Oh, it works! Oh my god, that's incredible. Yeah, it doesn't work. Is the jammer in the way? Yes, it was the jammer. The jammer was in the way. Oh my god, this is good. This is good. So now I can keep this door open and quickly just get this guy out. If I can. Dude, why not? Open back up. There we go. Oh. This is insane. So, good. Now I'm gonna grab the jammer. Quick as I can. I've done it! Bloody done it! Almost. I don't know why this keeps getting interrupted here, but I don't mind. I'm just gonna go on. As long as it stays open for a little bit. Hey, this is awesome. Now I have this. Let's go do this thing. So this goes into here. That opens that. It's as spotty as my internet. No, you can't pick up the jammer through the window, Gavin. That would be really nice, but they made sure you can't do that. They made sure you can't do that. So I guess I can now take this, because I don't need that there anymore either. This now, as we said before, can we go and connect this to that? It's not high enough! I don't know then. Then I don't know. Is there a way to make this be visible to here? Would that be possible? Just at all? It may be. It's gotta be possible. I don't believe it. Jammer, come here. Let's reap the reward. The final gate. I think we have never seen what's behind here. I mean, I'm hoping this is actually the prize we're getting. I'm still not entirely sure if it is. Yes, it is! I'm wiped out. I think we have done it. All we get is a measly little square. Ha ha.
Your wisdom grows, but be wary of temptation.
Thanks, Elohim. That is very valuable. So it looks like we didn't have to put the second cube up there. That wasn't actually strictly necessary. This was too tough. This was too tough. And we get nothing else. We don't get a star or anything. All we get is to, you know, jump down here and then never go into this puzzle again. This is crazy. Easy, right? Oh my. That is crazy. Do you fancy doing another puzzle? Or shall we call it a day? I can't decide. I'm on the cusp of being wiped out and being super excited to try the next puzzle. I might go to the bathroom and deliberate. I'll be back in a second. Okay, tell you what, let's give it half an hour and we'll see if we can figure out this next puzzle. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Woohoo! Oh, nice. You're playing a game. That's good. That's good. It was nice meeting you. It's nice of you to be here as well. Also, Umut Yüksel, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Very, very welcome. Welcome to the stream if you're watching. If not, that's totally fine too. Yes, let's try this other puzzle because I have a feeling this is somehow related to this. Only because that jammer, you know. Only because of this jammer. And I'm going to go and put it here because I think, and I can't really reach anything back here, but I think this is where we would need to point it, I think. I'm just going to go put it here so that we see this here, and now I can't get out. Dang! I can't even do that. I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to go put this all the way through here. It is so tricky to get out here. So you get out here, and I'm going to go and leave this place. We be jamming. I mean, there are other puzzles like this one here. That is another impossible one. We could try that. This is kind of the way back to the hub world here, and you get these little terminals here through which the story is told. You can read background info, and sometimes you have funky conversations with the robot interface thing here. Yeah, they say I think this was pretty difficult. And some puzzles, they get solved by you smuggling a laser out of this puzzle area beyond the purple curtain, and then you use it, you know, here outside these areas. That's to get bonus stars, and that's just very difficult. This thing, big stairs, little stairs, looks totally easy, except for we just don't have what it takes to make any of these things happen. Blue laser. Red laser. Dinner, yeah, I think we need to have dinner in the next half hour. Very important. Oh, that's where the blue emitter is. But of course you have to have a plate to get the laser out of here in the first place. Gotcha. Cube high up there, that's difficult to get. So you basically need 2 more cubes, 3 more cubes to actually get there. 1 to stand on, 2 to reach you high enough, and then you can jump up and pick up that cube or some other contraption. I need a 4th cube to actually open this, or some other thing that opens this. Here's our prize. It requires a red laser. Yeah, because this, you can't jump up here. You need 1 cube to stand on, and then you can jump up. So we'll need that first. But where is it? Not here, that's for sure. Could be here. That could be the cube. Oh, it's 2 cubes. So 1 cube we get by putting something on this plate. Maybe. Maybe this. That'll be good. Perfect. Okay. Got 1 cube. That's good. Got 1 cube. We can take this away. But now we need to have that red laser, and I guess a distributor to make this even possible. This will get us here. And this, what does that do? Oh, I see that makes this thing fly. Dang! I would love to smuggle a laser. Like, how do we get this distributor thing off here? That'd be a good start. How do we make that happen? Oh, this needs a plate here. Like a fan plate. Let's go take this. Borrow that. And then we... Oh yeah, of course, that doesn't blow anymore the moment we take that cube off. So, take this. Put this here. Nate, have you played this game? Oh, there we go. That goes high up. Maybe we can go up. All the... No! Dang! So we need a second cube to be slightly higher. Get the other cube by using the other cube. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Thanks, Julia. Let's do that. Get this cube. Yes, indeed. Then we have 2 cubes. That would work. So we go hop on there. Then we can hop on here. Then we get that other cube. Good stuff. Very good. So we will put this on here. Then we put that. We go jump on here, and then we go pop that on here. Oops. There. And yes, got distributor gadget. All right. Can you imagine we hook into one of these things, like the flying thing? Can you imagine we hook into that? I can't seem to find it though. But that is our other puzzle here. We could literally hook into that if we're high up enough. Is that cool or what? Bzz, bzz. We could just leave that up here in case we need something else. Do we have a second distributor? We don't, do we? Have a good stream. Say hello to Chris. Say hello to Chris. Yeah, because this here, that's red. We need that. And I bet they want us to do this from up high here. Oh, I wonder if that's the solution then. If we need to go and connect this to here, make that hover up here for it to go into that laser so that we get another cube, maybe? That's possible. Let's try that. Take this, and that can be the thing we use to. Oh no, we need to have that over here, don't we? So that goes on here, and then this we want to go and connect to this and to that straight through, and then put it on. No, can't do that. It needs to be on a cube. It doesn't want to go by itself, so it needs to be connected to here and here, and it needs to be on a cube. Okay, and then we need to go and make sure this plate works. Does it? Dang, it's not high enough. We need another cube for it to be high enough. We're struggling for the cubes here. That is not the way to go. So if that isn't it, what can we do? What else can we do? Well, there's this here. See if we can get that cube somehow. Is there anything useful in here? Nope, nothing. Anything useful in here? Oh yeah, the sigil. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we need that. So this here, would I maybe reach it with one cube? Let's see. No! It's not high enough! Oh, what a shame. So that's the problem, because this means I need one cube here to stand on, and then put a second one on the third one. No, that's not going to get me this cube, is it? Ah! Can you grab the one below? Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. Huh. Like you mean when I was above here? I think here? I could grab one that would be above this. So that would probably work. Dang. We don't have another cube somewhere, do we? I can do that. Can I drop it on here? Will I be... Dang! Okay. Dang, can't jump on it. I need something that's a little bit higher. That is such a shame, because this is really the cube we need. Well, that's that puzzle then, because I have no idea how to... What else we could be doing here. There's nothing around here. There's that blue laser thing I suppose we can have a go at. I mean, I don't know what... Oh, there's another cube here. That might be the third lucky cube. Where's that blue laser then? Blue laser is here. That could work. Oops. Let's just grab this cube to open that. And then we go and open... What else do we need? Nothing. That just needs to go and shine in there. Oh, it needs to open this door then. Got you. So this... into here. Haha! And that we don't need right now. But there's a third cube! Third cube leadeth to the fourth cube. Well, it doesn't need to be on here. We could probably go and use a distributor gadget for that. Because if I go and put this here, this here, we can do this here, then this. My God, Nate. Hop on here, hop on here, hop on here, hop on. Gotta get another cube. Yeah, so this one I can reach. Oops. Fourth cube! That new cube smell, right? Yes, me too. Now with so many cubes, what are we gonna do with all of them? Because I don't really know yet. We have so many cubes. Oh, now we can, I suppose, do this thing that we did before and try to stack them all up and get a fifth cube. Because, you know, that's how we roll here. I knew it! Nate, Brian has suggested that earlier. If Nate were here, he would just suggest to poop on them. True story. True story. So I'll connect this to that. And then I'll just whack cubes in until the doctor comes. Like this. That's good. This we don't need a real cube for. We can just go and snatch something else. No, everything's in use. Okay, fine. Cube. You're coming with me. Because I think this is bad. We're already one cube short here. That goes on here. And now we actually need that next cube. Or something else. Let's see if one cube's enough. So that goes in here and is yes! Oh my God, we get the cube! Alright, now we have 5 cubes. That 5 cube goodness. What are we gonna do with so many cubes? I don't even know. What's up? What's the plan again? We need to somehow get this distributor gadget into here. But we need to do it with a single distributor. How's that even possible? And we also need to somehow connect to the blue laser? Where would we get another distributor from? Or was that up here? exactly recall. Did we have another one up here? I think so. Man! There was one up here, wasn't there? Or did we make that up? I may have made that up. I think I took that one already. Took that one down already. Man, just when you solved something, you're gonna have to solve something else. This is bad. So we have 5 cubes, 1 distributor. That is all. But we need to somehow route 2 laser beams. We don't actually need to route 2 laser beams, just 1. And misinformation. No, I don't. It's truth. It's all super truth here. It's like on Truth Social, you know. Let me go and take this thing away. Oh, this would do that, wouldn't it? I can see it now. We take this one down for sure. This we can probably also go and grab a fan plate here, because we don't really need to waste a cube to put this open. I'm thinking if we can get high enough, I think this is going to be exactly what the doctor ordered. Put that here. Get the other cube. My god, so much shuffling things around. Then we need to go get our distributor gadget. Where is that? Oh, here. Good stuff. Companion cubes! And cubes' lives matter. I totally agree. Like we just take this up here and we go, ah, can you believe it's friggin' wall in the way? We are not amused. There's a wall in the way. Blasphemy. And there's me thinking, oh, I could just go connect this to here and boom. Totally not possible. Well, again, cleverly designed puzzle, but actually unsolvable. Yes, I do apologize for that, but you know, he was waiting for its purpose, which we see now. It's just his purpose is incorrect. Oh, Nate. Well, this is terrible. And we could connect. Can we connect blue to red? That would be good if that would work, but it doesn't. So that's a shame. We could at least connect this here, and anyone who wants to hook into a blue laser from faraway lands could do that. But hey, that's it. That's it. Officially 100% stuck. There's no way this level can possibly be solved. Right? Because we need more distributors. Cubes aren't everything, and clearly we don't have them. Case closed. That is it. The end of the level. Truth, isn't it? Bull tits. I like it. That is a very good word, Nate. Very good word. Do you see any other solutions here? I like what we did with this thing high. But that wouldn't go high enough to shoot over the wall, would it? Would it? Could it be? If we put all the cubes together, the tower in the middle, yeah, like, and then literally put it as high up as possible, right? If it were to go here, it would reach over the wall, perhaps. Or maybe we have this in the way then. It's worth a try. If we take all the cubes that we have, which is 3, 4, 5 in total, and a fan plate. Let's try it. We've got nothing to lose. Yeah, distributor. Right, you go back here. Yeah, you go back here. Did we take a fan plate? Yeah, we did. You'll get your fan plate back. That scared, lonely, left behind cube is coming with us now, of course. Very important. The other scared, left behind cubes taking away with us as well. When I say cube, I meant, of course, the hexadron. Hexa, what's it called? Hexadron, yes, that's the one. No other cubes here, right? Don't want to leave them behind, you know. This fan plate can go on here. And then we pop this on here. And we try to connect him and him. And we put all of that over here. Would this potentially work? Possible. Possible. And now it's just a matter of stealing fan plates and stacking cubes. I think. This does this. Oh, that means we need another cube up here just to do this. That's a good start. Got 2 more cubes. Okay, this one here. And we just whack that into here and almost. Come on, one more cube. We can do this. Must end on a high note. Put that in here and no! Freaking grates in the way. Dang! Put a 4th cube. Where from, though? Yeah, we stole this fan plate already. What happens if we were to come up here? Can I take the... Yes! I can take this fan plate. That's good. So I can pop that in here. That is good. This is good. Put another cube. Which is enough! Ah! Sigil! Tower. Cube tower. The hovering cube tower. We could, just because we can actually put another cube in here if we wanted to. 4 cubes! Just for the record, right? Let's do it. 5 cubes. I'm hoping this is not going to make this thing tumble. No, 5 cubes! That is too much fun. That is too much fun. I wonder if this is actually necessary to solve a puzzle on the other side of the island. Because this is now so high we can literally hook into that. Fantastic! What a high note! Quite literally. 5 cubes. This is awesome. Hey, I'm so glad. 1500 cubes. Let's do this again sometime. This is so exciting. I can't believe we did this. This is such a crazy level. Oh my god. And the next one is just so super difficult. We can't do that today. Maybe tomorrow though. Maybe tomorrow. I'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can play more of this, or we can play, I don't know, Firmament. But I'm thinking maybe this, because this is just, you know, what a brain teaser that requires more brains to make this happen. Guys, have a wonderful rest of Saturday. See you tomorrow 5 p.m. And, you know, Brian, think about this whole, you know, moving into a large warehouse type space with vast amounts of space for 3D printers. Sleep on it. Tell me tomorrow. Bye-bye.